I knew Michael Thompson from the Chicago Honey Co-op, and he had a space a couple miles away at the old Sears headquarters, where he was, his hive base. We found out that it was the property that the Honey Co-op was being sold, and we needed a place to put our compost, and Michael needed a new place for his hives. So at that point, we have, people in the neighborhood, and then Frank, and folks are always looking for opportunities, and we were able to figure out, we'd always been kind of thinking, wow, wouldn't it be cool to use this area over there, which was essentially just a shooting gallery, and use it. And so through a lot of finagling and some good luck and contacts and connections, we were able to procure the space.
And Mark, since it's so close to Mark's home, it was a perfect way to start keeping bees. So we put a couple hives there, and here we are at the end of the first season. I guess the technical end of it would be when we first approach a hive, or even before you put on your veil, you give them a little smoke, and the reason that you smoke bees is to calm them down. The smoke is once they smell the smoke, a message is sent through the hive that there's a potential fire in the tree, because bees are in trees. So by just giving them a little smoke, it kind of confuses them and is basically a distraction from you, the large mammal coming to take their goods. And you go in there and inspect the hive first, usually before anything else. And what I did is when you're trying to prime out, since it's the winter's coming, they create a lot more propolis to seal up all the cracks and insulate the hive from the cold. And so you got to break those seals and slowly pry it out. We would brush those bees off like we did. Take those frames back to wherever you would process. Usually it's in my kitchen at the restaurant. You finely slice the cappings off to expose the honey, and it's usually warm enough to where the honey's fluid, and you don't need to warm anything or process the honey other than spin it, filter it once, and then jar it.
I mean, the effect that the bees, even from having the bees over here this year, is amazing. Like that area that we were at last year with all of its, wildflowers and stuff like that. I've been monitoring that area forever, and like the difference that they make with the amount of like stuff that they bring out is pretty drastic and cool. And to have them in the neighborhood, to see them around doing, pollinating the various things.
They're prolific pollinators, and it helps everybody. Everyone's garden, depending on what they're growing, but they pollinate many flowers and vegetables.